na obekaya ma request say governor no ni GOLDBOD omumra na yem probu on satam na kan 7 billion majority side no block here say there be am omumba iwie eche no Bank of Ghana be till to say Canada be do 9.6 billion. Okay. Patrick Bama, edit motion so called say, Omaton, apart from that, Omaton Ghana gold half. Gold 50 independence time, bedu 2024 December. Aye jama 30 tons, Omaton half. One amount to me. Omaton ma why because they say almost na to gold no. Ti why not to gold no for no to amaya boarding. And no so I'm say there be oma block it. Intimidate another rule. And I made this set questions. No, na sa rule no use wa. I will say governor no true answers no the bro answer no waba. Inti governor na true answers na ba. You may me copy the day before.
Yama written answers.
Yama me written answers.
Okay.
Emra no kire say ye call committee meeting na say ye share. Me am the questions no buy no. Maybe say no questions no. The written answers no. Obekan ya kire yin. Question answer back could be your man. Me on question maybe say 3 follow-up questions. Member BR so to maybe say 1 follow-up question. Leader dey to maybe say 5.
Okay.
For the 3 questions ni na ye be no. Ti wa chiraba. Ye ko meeting ni akwa akobisa. Majority for no who answers are what throw a question so pair. Come say there be media NPP.
Hey.
Yeah. Because someone him say answer. You see governor no ombe di throw. Onye politician or a technocrat or a monetary economist. On any team, Zach, Matilda, directors are who you know, professionals. Omu be ditro. Mon and troni propaganda no mo pe. Nti Baba Jama say Ojuan Fitakra kase tuntum. Oh, when shaking me because NDC, omu fi PNDC mo ne bae. And then kwala na Gen Z na ba no mo nim PNDC. PNDC, any NDC omu so bayani. Subayani abra PNDC ba first no utie mpanimfo a na wa around that time na uton ade odwam ne abechew na sojafo wa brimu because you say why bibi a PNDC for mpanimfo no eni nye den enye so PNDC apenso na ye wokrom ha judges miensa court na court eye omadwuma ye kochi o manaju de si omukukun omkohye bodies na me na ya adom na nsuo togu so a obi ko hu ye ba ko na abofra etua nanufu a oma nanufu ye kochi no kukun no and someone across with PNDC in times past no and then kwala ya be mu nyina mo access to the internet enye sebe so you dey bo enyum keke google the history of the PNDC who google abe say to trust someone a ekoso yi PNDC and o mayi p ne fi anim and then no so friend NDC suban nsesan the same thing.
And then a party in the bay issue say, ha, directive say, ha, me and Tuaba, so you bet Tuaba, not your best swear officers in. What is happening?
Say, party na ye for too long. And Kofwe didn't say, who party no for too long, I ain't tiao. Intia ya ma ebimu ejidi se party in there, no be. Into a signal to party in penning for and say, near my Sisia, the DB disciplinary committee, na omebu many guso. Baby also tian will be and tiano. So who manages group and now manages society. Now man can get away with indiscipline other people. In fact, in criminology, your friend copycats.
Okay.
Other people be copy.
No, a cat in the street.
Obi be so okay. That's a way so yeah and yanya to me to me so worry. Into way a signal to party in penning for and say, some more discipline in juma. More discipline na nye juma. Ube ma directive in kofu be busu on the ground.
Abusuya Kojo Oppong kroma ono na ye mrahye bedwani e de ma de hye ya wonum ewo ofon ase ayire bi abato mpehwea so na ye ka wo mu a wonum nimde ye ka wo mu a wonum adosuko ewo kasa ewo mrahye bedwafie mu a wo ya brante we si nchane a enyeye na efiri bre ya obaba ye NPP mrahye bedwani na ohwe kwan ya wonum fa so koye ne Minister for Communication ni Information ni ho ne ade ya brante egbu adwuma gidigidi pa na ene ye ka wonum a wo moma NDC aban ne to ewo so pa uyi Kojo Oppong kroma si nchane a enyeye kamya ese Bank of Ghana de wa mom ho akire wo Ministry of Finance wa mom ho akire wo kire se yɛka wɔn mu omusua de a woyɛ Oppong Nkrumah si nkyɛn yɛnyɛ yɛ nti no abere bia no mmarahyɛ badwafie mu no mɛtumi aka sɛ NPP foɔ wɔn na nkɛyɛ dɔm kuma ɛwɔ ɔman mmarahyɛ badwafie mu deɛ nanso so ɛba no analysis ne probing ne argument paa deɛ a ɛne NPP minority no ɔmo overcome NDC majority no koraa firi sɛ asɛ MPs no ɔmo mmarahyɛ badwafie mu no almost all of them eye womu a omu adwene mu do sabi mano sisim na so eye womu a eba no debate a almost all the NPP MPs because wanye lawyer na oye economist wanye economist and oye lecturer wanye lecturer na oye wey as MPP for no intellectuals ne doso na ene Oppong Nkrumah ababetena asase paso no aka nsem bebre no a ena wo kire se de enti a enam so ma NDC for epamo nsemtwerefo se wo ma nsemtwerefo en record anu yie no a Bank of Ghana governor ede eba ma hye badwafie mu kire se ya hwe ya questions no a NPP for be busa Bank of Ghana na ebe wiere na NDC aban nanim agu akogu ase NDC aban nanim agu ase enti ene o ma pamo nsemtwerefo no nyina no mo ba ye nsemtwerefo nhie mu o mbe frɛ press conference ene omu kire mu se de enti omu mpese nsemtwerefo be ka parliament wa record Bank of Ghana ene MPP for questions omu be man ne ade nyina ne se MPP for no omu hwemu mmisa de a Bank of Ghana na akoka obehwe no omu de ne nam kokon ketenkete ne omu de ne nam hwan sika bi aban no ahwere ene niema bi enhye da nya yi ene momu na MPP for be ka omu so omu mpese saa ne ma na be ko montene enu nti no omu mpese nsemtwerefo beba mu no eyense bebre no odi ehwe ne yenti omu press conference ne yetie wie pe yenya daje ne yentie Kojo Oppong Nkrumah de yenti a ene wakotena asase paso a wodi sanse mu nyina atodwa ene ba pinche na ekoso MPP amonyokuo mu ene wo mo din krata akọ se okatachi free fa na mo no tuye no anye boni bia ono de no nim se court de injunction ato election so afesu so party a issue krata dia mo se mo nkoto aba no enti ono de no wo kwa akopinchire mu de enti a we nyina wo ho na nyina chiro mu afa ho to aba ebi no moye kokoti se ye ne sponsor party enti o muntimi nkyere de enye ene de na aka koba anamo be na panifu atudi afa MPP fo ho amu no mo akire wo mo MP a owo afigya kwa afigya sekire east ho no mo no amane ben na ato no yenko na yenti Kojo Oppong Nkrumah na ansa na ye hwe NDC for press conference enti a wo mo kire se wo mo pamo nsemtwerefo no.
So the central bank governor came to answer questions posed by Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, and we said that let us sit without the media. And they said no. The media must be in. We said no. Our practice has always been that for these independent constitutional bodies, we don't hear them at plenary, and we don't do it before the cameras. And they said we had set a precedent by inviting the media to participate. The last time we invited the governor to answer questions regarding the cost of the office building of the Bank of Ghana. And so because we had set that precedent, at all times we must allow the media in. And I said, it is up to the committee to decide.
The Bank of Ghana is here to admit that the ability to intervene on the market is as a result of the domestic gold purchase program. And that what they are doing is that they are mobilizing forex proceeds from the domestic gold purchase program, and those are the forex proceeds that they are using for market intermediation. Why is it that the majority is preventing the governor from saying this to the entire country? Is it because he's of the view that it undermines the stories they've been telling the people of Ghana that it is because of the gold board and some new strategies that they have brought? Is it because the governor is here to admit on record that it is as a result of the domestic gold purchase program that they are able to mobilize these forex resources and inject onto the market? Is it because they are afraid that if that is said, it will become glaringly clear that the person responsible for this is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia? Is that the reason for which they are clearing the media from the gallery? In times past where the governor has been here, you have been in the chamber to cover live. Various stations have covered it live. What is it that they are afraid of that now they don't want you to cover? When the Electoral Commission chair and her team came here, many of you covered it live. It was also a committee of the whole. Yes, the rules say that we have a right to open it up or not, but you have nothing to hide.
And so in in the precedent gone by, it was opened to the public. And we are astonished, disappointed that they don't want the media to cover the responses that the governor is about to give.
Mentime ho ase kakra si ho. And then the party ne be issue say ha directive say ha me ento aba. So ye beto aba na ye be swear officers in. What is happening?
Say party na ye mre for too long. And kofo din se hunu party no for too long a yentia o. Nti ya ma ebimu ejidi se party nde ya no be. Nti we signal to party mpanimfo no say niema esisi a de bi called disciplinary committee na omabu omani aguso bebe o se tia obi yentia no. So we manage group and now manage society. Now man kofo get away with indiscipline other people. In fact, in criminology, your friend copycats.
Okay.
Other people be copy.
No, cutting straight.
Obi be say okay. That's a way so yeah, and yanya hwe nti meso metumi aye. On be so wahwe. Nti we a signal to party mpanimfo no say o say mo ma discipline ye adwuma. Mo ma discipline na nye adwuma. Obe ma directive nkofo be busu on the ground. Say discipline ye adwuma no obi anim say party man directive say ya ye muso party no mpanimfo wo mu a obi an try the ekoso. Nti the ekoso ye say party mpanimfo no it taken as a note of caution. So ma discipline ye adwuma. Ma discipline na nye adwuma de a nkofo e de musika kan bedwa nanka.
Is it because obi e penebed say wo be officer national officer ntino asem si a ne kan yi hu me ko kan wan hwe ye manya tan me ko kan bia ne yanto aba mame ana
se sa na ye party mpanimfo ni bia de a me meka kyerem ne se de obi a pe any party mpanimfo ma perpere ye o ma discipline eye adwuma memfa opani baako enye mfato ho wate kokoso tumfo o say tutu nanim sre nso so tena konwa mu at Asantema Council and I say even Kumasi Traditional Council na sa asem ba nanim a se ohu se ne o ma nani bre deal with yeah na se menye de sa na wo se pani wo ye nti se mpo wo pre bibia na bibia ni se wo men no ye ade e betwintwa se wo ma wo ye obi a wo nan si form a party for no kwa bebo abaso se opani we say wo tan kwadu a wo ye nimrika ye de asem ko nanim a ototo no pepepepepe sa na wo se party mpanifo no ye.
Right, matter so quickly, young core issues, so we are made my joke.
And say, cry.
Oh, yeah, Mranimni, Winimumra. Daintina, ye chubia, ye cassie and command be, na be a punishment.
There be so first of all, Ghana Constitution, no. Now be Criminal and Other Offences Act. Now be your friend is saying Criminal Procedure Act na. Miensani na. Echira ofapem na nkasa se aban susu se ono wasem nyese obi no wasem aban. That's the difference between criminal law and civil procedure.
Okay.
Sa aban no wasem no ye crime na chese why bibie ti aban. For example, you say yinkum nipa se hukum obi a enye nipa a hukum no na wo ne nanya asem wo ne aban na asem. Okay. And you different from say bia wafo obi ade ofo obi ade a civil. And I say, in fact, say, Ufo be at the end, say, I didn't say, where we are, no, the only abide in Enyasem. But say, be only be a contract and cool year, no, a civil matter. Okay.
And then talk about you being term.
And no crampon, you only fabia a criminal, so what was a kobu be and be a assault.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Sabine Unya Semwa Abino, the Dicano, the also any say, or yem shim. You say, the Osusu say, why, no, so one pass a wire now why are itiamra na. Sabine susu no hu sampa waye etiamra de also ye ne se okobo kwadu court empempi no sabine ehwehwew na se onyawo a e wo so ochew so benyawo a e wo so to nsa fro ti e fe no invitation obe invite so osomesi bra na ye hwehwe asem bi mu obeba oba be yi na no be bisibisa no question oba be in fact opekra onyina no opekra bisa no questions 3000 budding because constitution say or right not to self-incriminate. Okay. Woto unsa frɛ no na wo ye ohwehwɛ mu wie na wo feel say wanya enyina so a wo de ne be court a ye de ne court ko bon ko adu ye nka se kye no by force na fa ne ship. In fact you will be in criminal law friend criminal summons ye nhwehwɛ mu ne wie ne ehu sɛ e bia ade na wa ye ne ti amra ye betumi ama krata sɛ saa da we hia ye wo court ne mo kwadu ehia se ebeche odenden de wako na Ghana no titru sa ban we no omaye se omo weaponize omo yusu emra na as a weapon inti baby ehia kra se ebeche no o se o macho o che kra wi a in fact se wo hwe emra ni mu a se bi pona se nka onyawo inti wache a emra ni se o che within 48 hours ono ankasa to me ma police inquiry bail
okay
inti to the be self recognizance one kasa udin mu ni ama bail to the be to me kofa obi ba na ba be gina mu ama so we mo hwehwe na ye be hu no so no ankasa na munya na me osomesi ana obentin mo to nsa frame a metumi ede naba me say me de nkofo akọ police institutions a ye na hwehwe ma obi be ma ni bail bi o crampa institution to me release ni ma o so lawyer ene one ne nko eda me hia no me frɛ na fa ne bra we de omo ye ne se de hia se ebe che okra ne acho ye che okra wi a bail no kra no ye ma ye twen 48 hours ne be so no ne ma bail twitwiri di e da so se kofa ayi de ben anase obi owo de ben na omra mbegina mu ma to de bi asemu ehia krampo se asemu e bi asem no kra ye ka wi a e ka keke ne ebe ball no omtumi ka se oh yi ye ma bail a obedwane nti ye mfa no nkonkoto BNI asem no kra ye ka wi kra na se wudi fo a ye mfa wontumo ye bebo ka keke because misdemeanor
okay boni
e keto bi no ye bebo ka but aban we ndi oye ne se or weaponize state institutions no nti dan say wahwa ade ehia se achi obi me fa miracles de enye mfato otene ba bi na afre ne se obi aka asem ato so nti o be yi na no no ba e be yi na no na o se okay onko na ohia na abefre no wan frɛ na no tu kwan kwa abotire mimi nda nwumre oba obedu airport odu ya immigration force yoko force ye nchew nti omo che no wahwe miracles ho nketinketi na omo che no share ka mu ede no koto yoko Saturday Sunday wo abra mu nim se Saturday mu nya adwuma Sunday mu nya adwuma nti nya de amobe interrogate ni bia mo de no koto mu Saturday Sunday dede Monday dede a no ma be issue statement say omo hwehwe 55 million cedi asem mu na accountant bi kura ka na accountant na start itu ane de ti ye Monday omo yin no Tuesday no and afi bill twitwiri dia de ato no so no penifo ye ho krata o man bill miracle by na ebisa no say ti wo koy dey 55 million asem no come say o say enyampa obi ani men kan 55 million asem bia me koy no omni mi di nkomo be about them say 5 million contract bia ye de man obi eno na o mo bisa me ho asem ti dey ntino mbe chiro sa statement because o mo weaponize state institutions say miracles kasa dodo yen say o ma catch them say next week ombechi ye MP baako because ye kasa dodo
o man bo mama ne say
o ma na say nyina ye won for on the other side ye won for system
and obi anim say we are na
ye de ye nim esi afreme because say ye kasa dodo aden ye aban ne hu dede say because o person obi abekasa na mama nka o studio na meka chiro say aban we o pese o ka obi a kasa bo ahye ne yem wa start with chief justice o de akofa MPs so ntim for jomo ne ade o chichire ba o de aba centrofo so ne ade afi ordinary members of the society o chichire ba because of agenda bi we chire a o pese e bedru ho no na ba me bia ni kromo tumi kasa nti o chichire ba and they say yes young lady bi o ko kan sem bia e bia ase film kakra wa TikTok yes 1 year amano 1 year yes o ko do court kra no ni lawyer and now lawyer dimika be gina na chi say obegina ha my lord first day no oni lawyer nti ono ade amukeka no nti ase ti ene me lawyer ma ba nti yen starting foforo ni taking the plea foforo judge ni se ontie
but critics wo fie no mutie no mo hwe na o meka say state institutions na ye na djuma na den ye de asha NDC aban
enye state institutions bia na ye o madjuma because so far you kwa nipa ote no o state institution obi anim no ye political actor aban we buy no appointee no kotena ho abra na mami tiwa ye police officer e wo ho no what say sa na ma we bc we are a political actor e na ye na kotena until say you ko yes na ma ne we enye state institution na ye na djuma enye state institution na ye na djuma and sana secondly e to be kra police for CID for say answer no be ne ma bi no utietie nkomo a NDC mpanimfo edi de omo church social media ne nkeka ho na utumi directly say omo operate hwe abronye die say ye ne lawyers hwɛ de a ɛkɔ so wotieti nkɔmɔ a NDC mpanimfoɔ edi openly on TV ni radio ni ade a hwan na ɔkɔ akɔda ada ne sɛ saa deɛ ne yɛ state institution adwuma obvious ɔmo weaponize law enforcement agencies no ɔmo use no as a weapon because ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo ka obiara kasaboa hyɛ ne yam asɛm we ma kan sɛ one because of agenda bi a ɔmo de ba ɔmo pɛ sɛ saa time ne bɛ so na bɛn bi ani
agenda bɛn na ɔmo de ba onima Ghana for
obvious ya kan bɛ 2-3 times na Ghana for na sɛ yɛwura mama ka kyerɛ mo sɛ mo wa refree nti ɛtoro bi asɛm yɛtumi ka kyerɛ mo direct but mo re be fi ɔmo work towards a third term agenda for yɛwura John Dramani Mahama
just start take come for no atum
nti yɛ ka obiara no atum so that by the time wa ɔmo bɛ kyikyiri bɛ wie ɛbɛyɛ nyankomade ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ ni na awie no na bɛɛma bia ni kurom ɔkasa yɛyie. That's what they are working towards, and that is one of the reasons for which they are silencing all dissenting voices in this republic.
But constitution ɛma ho kwan so betumi akɔsa tetem no
constitution no that's a constitution nyɛ wɔn a interpret wɔn interpret Supreme Court na interpret saa bere a me ne wo kasa ɔmo de 3 applications akɔ Supreme Court 3 sɛ Supreme Court ɛnkyerɛ mu sɛ obetumi akɔ tetem fantifo be bisa say one tell wa na they won't blow enti ade no omo chichireba and for it to get there no I will say a silence all dissenting voices in this republic and this will be a can buy no one semboni ye come back to those days of the culture of silence where o kasa wi a unim se obedu fie na unnu fie na the enti ayen still ye kasa ne say utifie na fu se mfa wo ho a ye de ye obi wi a wo ye de beba wo so enti udimu ena ye konsa antokwa we say sa suppression of all dissenting voices in this republic says say ye nka ban ho asembɔ no ka ban ho asembɔ a ida sɛ nkwala ne bedi watam ana ye bema bie na fo abedi wachi ana yokufo abedi wachi ana say no enya de ma dodo adwenkyerɛ amamu efre ne democracy no economy enu nti e wo say hi obi asofo a etia sorry dem a abribe o mampani ba na obebu nkotodwe na obodo omunsa egunu so ebo mpa ma no say o mampani we de opanyankopon no are they telling us said the ekoso no omo nkan news ni bia na omo nte civil society mpanimfo ya ewo krom ha ya say wo de impo wo de fancy politician for na nya nka civil society for mpanimfo a mo ya research ni ade nka mo kasa yetie no nti omo pese omo kasa news e ko be omo nte academia professors ahodo wa ha say no omo nte ana but the ekoso no obi ani tua ti mo de mo nkoso na yanka obi a kasa bo anhye ne yem
insunsanso ne yeden
insunsanso ne say ye democracy no every democracy a obi pese o chihye ne yem no say no omo start you ukasani atram. One of the first things is that they kill freedom of expression. Senya de obi abetumi a kire na adwen a na ban no o ebi bone kra ube ye de aba bontin ama obi ate na obi mpo ebi aka se no aban we say o se esesa no nti that's where they start. They suppress all dissenting voices. Se motna o ye hwehan obi a ye din na so mo koso se o kasa o TikTok yakomo obi ebi asem na nipa ne kan ne krampo no asefem. But fato to dia NDC vompany for kind times and you know kazo akufo ado krampo no ti play mu a ohwe for mu nkofo nkum akufo ado man manti wo kroma leading NDC members no mo to honwom ne ade and then o man kan about Dr. Baumia obi anim say Dr. Baumia ye kremoni ne do Dr. Baumia preko owi preko onom nsa oyese ni ade o te say ye koche o mu bi ma o 1 year
dabi.
But we know my so weaponize emrano and their silence all dissenting voices. President of the Republic come to me in country and say on kind news. And now person catch and say on kind news.
It's on the shechri mo yes.
They say person catch and say on o dey yen fa ne say on no shechri.
Okay.
On kind news. Inti onte ye. What are you talking? First lady or Kroma on kind news. Vice President Professor Ina Najee Opoku Ajima on kind news. Nti ontie say young girl bi akokasa o TikTok ma yamano 1 year and person ye see no evil hear no evil. Nti media ohene masama me kan say there's a grand agenda o mo chichiriba.
Okay.
For it to succeed na we say silence every voice. Unim say yen sebe yakoye te say you know ye hunu bibia yen kan ye start kan asem na mfitiase na say where the opposition but so far in some way I can't my better now studio I discussing you now man 6 months man 3 months won't say bem me sure say me best one obe friend me say ono abo be time studio be can say we say
right
ya chichireba
oh yeah mrashebedwani what's a crystal blower I shake you I chichire na shake you
oh when shaking me because NDC omo fi PNDC mu na bae and then kwala na Gen Z's na ba no mu nim PNDC any NDC omo so ban ni omo so ban ni abra PNDC ba first no utie mpanimfo a na wo around that time na uton ade odwam ni abechew na sojafo we brimu because you say why bibia PNDC for mpanimfo no eni nye den enyi so PNDC apenso na ye wokrom ha judges miensa court na court eye o madwuma ye kochi o manaju de si o mukukun o mkohye o bodies na me na ye adom na nsi otogu so a obi ko hu ye ba ko na abofra etua nanufu a o ma nanufu ye kochi no kukun no and someone across with PNDC in times past no and then kwala ya be mu nyina mo access to the internet enye se you dey bo enyum keke Google the history of the PNDC who Google abe say to trust someone akoso yi PNDC and o mayi P ne fi anim and then no say o friend NDC suban nsesan the same thing na omo se u kaya bakosem an kenye se ahokyere ba economy ni mu just before the year your friend is saying 1992 89 company ade buy a ko pre emwa as one of the conditions ye dey share kon say ko back to democracy and democracy kran ke bi ni because they are not democrats, they are not interested in democracy. To party needing national democracy and yet democracy they are not the party no na leader of the party be catch them so no they were choose to say Atamils and the successor. So no declaration yes. There's no democracy in that party. And the parliament say assembly and discuss say there be decide and I say yeah be a meeting committee of the whole. I will say decide say kwan be na be fa so I meeting no. Before I bet na se kra no mo mapa media na free ho.
Say na say dem hu kra ni fa so
o me ka tell say o decide say eni say media no cover. Afanyoma can bisa clerk to parliament say why na decide here and na why na my instruction say media ni mpie. Clerk and son Roxanne Nelson da fia mekpo na sorry here. So no o pamo media no.
Hey,
yes. Me can na that.
And his capacity as well.
O say no pamo media ni on ti ase no nkoshepo. So it's the PNDC behavior.
Right.
And one of them.
You better run my imras with you quickly and share and kokon. Minister Babontin, you better just say, of course, if you marry Namni be, or Monu and to marry and Kokoni be. But the initiative, Obeka said, nay initiative, I be empower Mabuno into agri business. Say, or Mosudi Homebeshe, you mamma bibia.
Money Jamuana on Fesso. No coba and a Jamuana namano. But a policy they all start here it will be a mistakes but now was of same way to say that's what they are doing because from the beginning no mo see em fa nam ninja jamwan ye catch them say policy way and to assume and nam we udi jamwan na obeden obehwe na mo akroya na mo sign mo last term na yewura mahama ye mampani no mo akroya na mo sign dey another policy ba say mo ba benye confirm ye catch them say kwan am fa so aya no ebe wie na nyeyi mo na ogini fa wo hwan in West Africa and ebe boa de ben you wie na say okay gini fa na ko say mo catch them say and you see Gen Z's no eya na me ya say omo mpese omo be follow so omo NDC catch them say confirm no omo ye den omo tu akobo Burkina Faso. This was the official response we were given. And NDC for ya san abase say omba be mam nkokon ketenkete ye catch them say adewi enye yi wo de nam je jamo a obewe say o ebe ye nkokon ketenkete a good idea no me twesika twitwi di tens of millions of Ghana cedis e de acheche nkokon kete me be de ntia me sha atade we and dem anko parliament ye ko field talk or ye adwuma bi me fi Ekuapem North district na eba ye ko interview nkofo ni bi
okay
bebre ka kire yen se omonkoko no omawe me na me ka kire
omomunya bi no
yes ka kire yen se nkoko no edu ba bi cause feeding cra omni be feeding nkoko no omo ni se ska no nti kwasia da bia omo fufu. I'm telling you on authority say minister no enya akukudura betna parliament ka kyerɛ sɛ nkɔfo awe nkokɔ no ascending the videos we no sere kan ho we no san ka kyerɛ sɛ but nkɔnkete green cramp we say boa nkɔfo food nutrition nti it makes sense sɛ ɔmare ɛtɔ waso
and then in case aban no a year right from the onset I went to me
say enemy bay me call poultry farm back wo Equiapem North a young man be big poultry farm. There are lots of poultry farmers around. So we per se we improve poultry production na. Near ujina chere no ano no. Ono na ye man kwan so on two because on not two to me kum aboa no. Omo eye poultry dead and omo ne so masin. Not say wa be chiche nkoko nketinketi amobi o tifia sebe sika kro de beto aduane ama akoko no oni ebrokro obeto ama akoko no nya. Who feel say den obe?
We are no be we are.
Obe we akoko no. Ye kan this force da omo no nyuma ede 24-hour economy. Say sika ya hye wo nkoko nketinketi say nya eka kofo awe. Omo ka kire ende boldly say kwasi ada bia omo fufu. The same thing no my 24-hour economy ho. Omo start here dey catch am say ade we policy no senia mo chechire policy no. Mo be wie no. Obie ni wo benya adwuma 133 amo say anopa captain smart be ko adwuma wi na ya titi akwa adwuma na nwumre eyi same jemfi akwa adwuma. That was the bold and eda omo call launch on manifesto. Young pretty young lady. O man be John be catch am say ye na sebe ye nti ase omo de omo ti ase na ye formula 133 one job 3 shifts, 3 people. Mampeni na kasa be on a point watch no kire say that is the 24-hour economic clock. Ye kan de be kanina. Omo ba ba mu say parliament me kan mo de mo fa document no bra na ye hwe ne say so say 2 years na be. Unim sika parliament are appropriate ama NDC are buying in 2 years.
For
no, total appropriation.
Debbie
650 billion Ghana cedis in 2 years. And this guy appropriate parliament they are NDC are buying. Say onko ye adwuma. Na wo NDC chairman na wo constituency no. Omo G 650 billion ni we no. Wo obenya adwuma 133 ni mu.
Debbie.
Wo NDC women's organizer wo a branch an award. Omo be 650 billion cedis ni we no. So I'm catch so na ekwan ni ho financial clearance ni ho. Unim scared ya mom 650 billion. Obi me kancha me say me boa in 2 years. Wo ti ho no. Oba young girl na owie school no. 133 say ombe mo bi akwa adwuma na junior de no. Oma mani bi aye. Inti policies troka. And antro na da ni propaganda.
But Obeka say a process. Nya ye kan ya na koso. Nti ade nti aye mo bre na 2 years na aka no. Omu wie hu sampa omutimi ya na omantimi anye.
Mate, mfie na akwantu. Mfie mienu na eba na wie. Na me ka chose akohmasika ye de amom. Na me ka chose 2 years on. Ni ehiem no ma ya wie o. Me ma example. Ade ba kwa na ehiem no se ombe pam chief justice. Omunye wie. Ma ya wie. Ade ba kwa na ehiem no se ombe set up tribunals. Say court no cry court ni nyadwuma nti yemfa tribunals mra ye president be appointing conform yensa 3 say om no me atembuafo for PNDC time tribunals no yensa mfemra biom om the bill number me no ka say at the parliament asat be 1 hour ago na omedu clause 4 om person om ya no mo pass tribunals enumerate use for say debi sa de ne de me yen try but omanya bre atna say draft tribunals bill. Meanwhile, incentives was a mpomu chichire de ba. Na parliament approve mamu. Na mumfen kotre private sector. Na private sector ni bimbe biye 24-hour economy adwuma no. Omunchro unim pono omo de aba.
Na see secretariat.
Ehiam. Na mpanifo se agro beso a enwumre agro no. Se beso a ifi anopa. Nana Akufo-Addo amosi wanye hwe wo Ghana no. Obedi president 2017 January 7th. Udum say by September no start free SHS. Yes. Agrobe so if you anopa. NDC for tena be almost 2 years. Ya property 650 billion Ghana cedis amount. So mo fenye na eme hia om. Chire me nipa ba ko a wanye adwuma under 133. Inti policy stroke and throw nada propaganda enyum settings. Say president nankasa te wa no twa video. I say don't get te wa no so in phone twa video. Settings na content na no mo create say o nkwala ndi o mpe videos inti. Yenye hweda nsuo to ya nipa 37 away. Mampeni video na no te helicopter no hwede na oye. Unu tama ono atwe ni phone twa video. Yes. Ti eno ne amemu a yetim sese.
Right.
Ena okoka.
Yeah, sure.
Yenche no. Okoka yemfa nkotum ye money bail. Okoka wa cassette aba nti ye ma no 1 year. Don't condemn. Eno ne Ghana no, eno ne reset no. Meanwhile, key promises are make here. Agenda 111. 111 medical facilities are yesi. Nanka district be enya buying hospital accident nanse ntemote ya offense ya bi police officers 2 be we. Omunya accident. One of the reasons nti a omu yentumi amwa omne say district hospital ebewo accident and emergency no be prepared in perfume yetumi de nakoye the oxygen esin so ya no bibi no ebi ni ho na ado na esibi yesi aboso awie a plaster wie a wo se yetumi ye wie na edi mfidie begum beye mu adwuma aban we se da enka ne priorities omo MP Vondi so utie o se de nti no onkoye 24 onkoye agenda 111 e wa bra 24 hour market a ono ahye boso obeye no wo ho eno ne priority eno ne policy stroke
That market in here na.
Abba. Na uba abemu no. Obi ye 1 district 1 factory. National Development Planning Commission say factories beye 150 and na eye juma under the program at the time NPP fi abemu. Nye me na make on National Development Planning Commission report for 2024. See minimum 150 factories na eye juma. What kind of official government statistics are? Or say about 170,000 jobs. And ane wo. When you mimi data o, wo finance ministry for data mu. Wo buy no incentives are ebe mano akọ enim no. Program no buy no si wetwem tin time to wetwem. Then na wo de buy be superior to no. Fine Ghana for to aba man fa bi papa ebro so bra. Wo so the 24-hour market na aba. Now referee say 24-hour market no. Na che so mo koton ade na ade no mo koton ha na manufacture. Say wumi the why ne say wo pompe dollars go market no so nti so bi kofa ne mafia bruchiri ba ne bo eforcing ne ma yaye wo Ghana ha na Ghana kwala no te no be de nya adwuma ye nti afi de wo se wo si market ne enko kra ne ma beton na market no kro beton ade 24 hours na wo market na wo ho dada no ye ton ade 24 hours wo
Go market no.
ye ton ade 24 hours wo
Dabi.
market dada na wo ho no sika kakra nke wo nkofo ho man kom de ato ade no wo se wo pese inflation ho ye fenti no what sika nyina fi krom with sterilization ama Bank of Ghana aboka ba wi sika ni krom bisa oma edi dwo mbeka chiro so obi ni store kro obi anto ade enu kra ye nto ade afi de wusu besi market ama ya ton ade 24 hours wo na be create adwuma me say NDC policy stroke ba o kan pe ida so de nwom ne asa ene be hia wo ana say ye be man kwala ye be di watem wo social media ana say ye hwe na mienu ni na anya adwuma de a ye nchew ena say yet hu
Right. Now what you have say Edom Kuma no matwem ho kakra wo man imra hye fi say mo ntena ho bi mo twem mo excuse mo ho kakra bra BOG pani e bai me patro nyabotre na workers true me patro den si ya mo twem ho kakra
ese wo hu say ne nkofo mienu bi ku abisa say enu anwume de ne si ye me file questions me ensa Emma governor say on be answer parliament questions no me file in April na me file questions no.
Okay.
I mean sure the current me file questions no in April. Because as at the end of March no. Na was a January February March quarter 1. Na 2025 Bank of Ghana for accounts I ready. I was a finance minister de ba parliament. One femba. So ja omna omodoso to 2 million national Mr. Speaker your their numbers no omo there. Into account no one femba or the comma ataisa or NDC MP. Na ataisa frefre NDC fo a omo MP fo kra e kan ho no be go parliament e be a press conference say for the first time in the history of Ghana political party NDC omo no mo ba be announce Bank of Ghana results. A bin seed professional institution independent body like the central bank omo politicizing say nti omo no mo be announce Bank of Ghana account mo nyina mo hwe o TV so e no be di ntro kire Ghana for say obi ka kire say Bank of Ghana aboka kese a memfio na kan crampo no 15 billion pe a case ombuboa 34 billion page 1 ye 15 billion page 2 ye 19 billion o ka bomu 34 billion nti sa e kana omo aboato ho no e ma yen ye be ye press conference ni kwesi ada be kire mu se de omo ye na entro ni propaganda ni sa settings we ya no mo ye ni ebie mu kire Ghana fo nyina se ka na 34 billion se we Bank of Ghana to kura be da 96 billion ai ba be cha ma me no na etua no mo pese obi hu ti omo di me ka ba be yes
omo ba ya 2 years kura ma ye
1 year pe 2025 accounts pe na de enti asa aka no aba no yen san ko ye chi 2025 yen ye be bom kokose omo ye ni ma bi o Bank of Ghana where the can beba ni omo ye ni se Ghana economy ni bibia nsesan de omo ye ni so omo pompe dollars if free your reserves ni mu no omo pompe and na domestic gold purchase program ayura ba omi ade buy a eboa ma yenya dollars na e wo se nkomo de build your reserves no omo pompe hwe nsesan wo Ghanaian economy ni mu number 2 inflation no omo se omo konde omo ye no so ma prepare ska na ska no prepare wi a Bank of Ghana tuaka into come nu bom wi a ombe boka u kai se 2025 ye kan ya omo di intro di attempts into end of year now accounts na ba March no and I'm throw questions come our governor in fact before then no na obeka ya ma request say governor no ni GOLDBOD omumra na yem probu on satam na kan 7 billion majority side no blockade say there be am omumba iwi eche no Bank of Ghana be till to say can be do 9.6 billion okay Patrick Bama edit motion so call say omaton apart from that no omaton Ghana gold half gold 50 independence time be do 2024 December ayi jama 30 tons no omaton half one ma to me omaton ma hwan because say no omo say omo san akoto gold no ti hwan no to gold no fofofo a na oton aman aboden eno so omo say dey be omo block it intimidate another rule and I made this set questions no na sa rule no use so a e o say governor no throw answers no de brew ansa no waba inti governor na throw answers na ba yimi ya ma me copy the day before
ya ma written answers
ya ma me written answers
okay
emra no kire say ye call committee meeting na say ye shia me am the questions no buy no maybe say no questions no the written answers no obekan ya kire yen question answer ba ku bi o ma me o kwan say maybe say 3 follow up questions member bia so bet maybe say 1 follow up question leader dey to maybe say 5
okay
for the 3 questions ni na ye be no ti wa chiraba ye committee ni akwa akobisa majority for no hu answers a wa throw question no so pe say there be media NPP
hey
yeah because someone say answer you see governor no ombe di throw onye politician or a technocrat or a monetary economist on any team nyina Zach Matilda directors ahodo you know professionals ombe di throw mo na ntro ne propaganda no mo pe nti baba jama say odwan fita kra ka say tuntum mo na eno ye mo stock in trade ono a professional nti wa throw ne answers aba ya serve me copy question number 629 question number 630 question number 631 me tweet copies kra me di say o producers betumi me copy wa metumi yama omo hu answers ne pe rom say there be yam pam media no nti for almost 1 hour no ma pam media be gina bontin aye no omo share dem ho say mumma media no mra back omo say there be na omo decide say media no by ho na afenyo bisa Clark say na Clark why na ba to me say yam pam media no because you decide empo at best afini here discuss it na rules no order 2661 they say committee meetings a public hearing. It's a committee meeting, a public hearing. Na se bibinti.
But that committee no who kwan so make say da bi ye ma ne nkwa abonten ye nkwa be hye kokom na ya ye meeting.
Mamin kan rule in order 2661.
Yeah.
Or say proceedings of a committee shall be held in public except otherwise determined by the committee. Inti se bibinti committee no susu se eni se public no etia. E ho na wo committee ni dwendwen ho ni decide.
Nti no kra no members na na mbe decide say
nti e ba ni say na committee ni yentena asipo a Roxanne Nelson Dafia mekwo so no de ntumi apamo media na free ho. me say Miss Original me naso ka say mo amma media number speculation ebe koso wa bonten no enye ebe create impression say bibi koso wa Bank of Ghana ho a entwa yi nti you are doing the Bank of Ghana more harm than good by sacking the media. Say that in fact at the point I got so catch and say we have taken a decision in see Tehona yes we decided say more pam media no na mo pese Ghana for ebetia. We choose to side with the media and the republic than to sit here with you and do this. In any case, initial answers no more publish it. Then na mo hide follow-ups no. And also na mo pese e bebisa. Inti se mo maye nye exercise no transparently there. Me na me de me questions by. Me ma obi to me so mbisa me questions. Me no questions about me. Me participate in the process. Focus ni na say participate in the process. And so we exited. And your call press no call catch press and said, "Yeah, kosuni. We will be betraying the public and the media if you condone the NDC for you because there's no basis to hold this in camera." Yes, there have been a number of occasions under these new standing orders are closed meeting. And that District Assembly's Common Fund Administrator by or the formula no ba say me pese me ma assembly we see because we no say be escafosi ne wo ho ehiafosi ne wo ho nipa sei ne wo ho ne keka oni ade na modwen ho say obi be so ya be ka say no a say nipa no so a say na nipa do so we for say ne ade udi agwede mpapa mbeba in the country until you decide say you be no indoors you are report no ye de ababontin where questions there be a question time to ministers near the I know openly. I'm say there be that.
But right, Obeka say answers no be very sensitive information. Any kind say a call out a band say Nebeka say chinchinachi yen the public because it's
watch rest away or hini. Who say there any be a sensitive
answers ni be
good. Say yes say if you prepare na governor na start a man say sana meboa. Obi be sa question. Ansana. So be bisa question. Them po question no then ye disallow question no.
Utumika so we dey mean ya no.
Mr. Speaker bet me can't and every time is who bisa question be catch say this question is disallowed. Me mani ya no.
Okay.
Esi de bia. Iti when they make it the argument say answer ni bi sensitive. Na answer no mind. So obi bisa question na answer ni sensitive or no be signal Mr. Speaker say answer we say ebia ye call in another session and metumi amasa answer we. So there is no basis for which I obeka say ade na ye ba be no ye nkata so na ye mpamu media infim say no akoye enti no say we create a lot more speculation around the central bank
that means somebody BBC
and then articles ni bia make kind for static as any just figures now mobile Bank of Ghana or no be brilliant no correct
right
Bank of Ghana doesn't need this. They don't need this. Now who Mahama Yarigay 2024 who na udi anim etro letter a reporting Governor Addison Emma OSP na satam na unim sensitivity 2025 ye buy who na okofre governor Siama Yara betna committee of the whole and central phone na o say ombema information about Bank of Ghana dino contract and who can there yam protest it because the standing order say ye yanka say enye close hearing da and then wo say okasa asidi ni betumi ahim na then amudi yesidi ni nti okasa asidi ni betumi
right and when I me ba pacho Ghana for ntie nsem Mama Yarga ekai
it must be a public hearing. And we said that the rules were changed so that the House can invite the governor to appear not before the House in plenary, but appear before the House as a committee of the whole. That is what the rules say. Many of you have been covering this House for so many years, and you all know that apart from the ministers, all the other independent constitutional bodies that come, they come and appear before the committee of the whole. And you all cover this House, and you know that when the administrator of Common Fund comes, have we allowed you to ever cover it? I'm asking you journalists, do you cover the Common Fund administrator? Do Do you cover the NHIA boss? All those, and even most of the time, unless we meet and decide, when the electoral commissioner comes here, you don't cover the electoral commissioner. So the central bank governor came to answer questions posed by Kojo Oppong, and we said that let's do what we do for all other independent constitutional bodies, which is
right. Practice no at saying, Japan is a EC boss, baho.
And no na can actually order 2661. You see, almost share that some person confusing the old standing orders with the new one. From the 7th of January 2024, you issue new standing orders.
Okay.
Standing orders are dated 7th of January 2024. Under the new standing orders, this is what pertains. And actually under the new standing orders, say your friend is saying head of an independent constitutional body, EBA parliamentar, or say proceedings of a committee shall be held in public, except otherwise determined by the committee. Into the norm, and no, I say, no, say, be ditro all over radio, ni TV, and say, in fact, no pay say, oh, emrane say, yen emrebian cancer, emrana macancho, be obeka emrane say, yen was say you could decide, and now say, yen, catches on quotes I'm running, so me, two natural see, I'm running 2661, or say a public hearing. Emum will be BT a public hearing now, would not be easy until we didn't say. And they couldn't offer any cogent reason. No one say, Omona Sebe, Omodo, somewhere decide.
Mama Yariga say, probably stability of the city. City no itimi ginano. Formation be a carbon 10 night, and some trofo, cotrotro, we could come once more, and massidi no, a who didn't intimi. I may patch no cray. Sinu, because when you say Bank of Ghana every 2 months, or a monetary policy committee meeting, or we are, or a press conference, Emma, Central for any members of parliament, Eko could be a question. Now, how no to me is a question be? So, our press conference now live on TV, so no to me is a question be. This argument say BB is sensitive about the city, so I say never. Now, ya to about mine as the representatives of the people. Ye BB is a question. I know the question be or an answer be or a sensitive. I bet me I'm city na him. Now then I'm only city nintia. Musro say you be a question be a be him. Then I'm only city no. No crasa yen your data no. No say me credit data me nkasa. Yes.
Me two mre no machere usie. Na me try trick back. Question number 1 no. Me bisa say enfa no munya dollar ne fi pompe. Governor no when ditro ne answer the buy no. Or say August 2024. Ena Ghana aban ema omufi ase use the friend domestic gold purchase program. Ye fa kwan foforo so denya dollars. Sa dollars no eno no mo pompe gu market no so. Woni ma se kire.
Dabi.
Number 1 bibi ansesa o Ghana economy ni mo. Ti pumping na me ka kire o April 2025 no governor na confirm. Number 2 or say August 2024 domestic gold purchase program. They no need dollar number. August 2024 na one wabem.
NPP.
One of this domestic gold purchase program number.
NPP.
Here Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. NDC phone him say governor no be kasa pe na che say wate omto. Wa magana phone nyina hu say sa propaganda ni na da omo ye say na dollar na ye na gold board ni wa entro. August 2024 domestic gold purchase program you fear say no na omunya dollar na dollar no omu pompe. There's another question na omunim say naturally flowing from this say na domestic gold purchase program no near they build the reserves say na mum build the reserves ni bi na mo pompe go market no so reserve build up no
you burn it
because reserve no wo ban bo na sem bi to a wo de no abo ban. Say nemudi ni na etwa manu mu a reserve build up na bede onim say reserves no swate by be 2 billion omo last data ukohwe last part excel sheet na uko compare obo say swate be 2 billion omo nim say be bisa ni na te na da bi pam no twa no eno ani mache no omo ma governor ni be ya no e bisa ni say from time am start pumping no ebesi nne ahina mo pompe answer governor ne chiro buy and say up until 31st December 2025 no ma pump $10 billion.
Answer the buy no.
What if you gana make no $10 billion. You call IMF no nim sika
3 billion.
you call $3 billion. Ubo hu miensa korampo a ibika. Koso bo hu miensa e $9 billion. Oma pompe Ghana sika $10 billion.
Say the be city ne benya hoden.
Then ya kase economy na sesa. Na mi wi a mekira woni nsunsun so. Omo nim se e bebisa ne se date be na boy no 31st December. Nti 50 January be sin nen so e. 50 January 2026 be sin nen ahe na mo de content no ho. Say your data ni na ye wo ye hwe data no. Omo mpese oba be yi ano. Because we are no be bebisa se bo nti be 15 billion in nani nkwala ye ni adwuma yi. Enka ye ntumi nye bibi. Omo nim se nkwala ni bebisa question no. Nti ye mani bebisa. Ena Dr. Baomia enya credit. Ye mani bebisa no obi ani abi hu se so far na pump 10 billion. Na this year kra na asan ye bi another 5 so far. Na mponka se eska no enka call reserve mu anka bia betumi grow sovereign wealth fund na ya leverage enya sika ma nkwala yi enya adwuma ye mani mebisa nti ene ye ni Oppong kromatem ye nkeka bi nkyere no ano pese ba ko TV so didi matem sa me video no ya ye no di matem ho enka hui
Right, and then a beba abanya we ya we say ne mabunu ni adwuma ye ahokyere ba krom no obenya $10 billion no be na dwen say memfa mie nnuma memma mabunu ni adwuma ye me the best take and I'm the best supporto me city I'm a city enya hoden and then a beba aban bi be sa
aban obeye sa no o gidie say Ghana for no were free nti di hia ne se wonya bibi kakra de akata o mani so na wa prevent say ombehu no kra no na wa settings kakra kire o sa ban no ono di djuma o kan ono na wo ka say governor be question no say there be ma governor be ya no onim say ne NDPC for a program a release the friend 2025 annual progress report omo release ye no omo say ampeni ampa economy ne grow 6%. Emo unemployment e kosoro asem we wo kai say me be kan no be 2 months ago. Say youth unemployment e do 32.4% e kosoro. Enkran krampo de e almost 50% inti nkran wo hia nkwala mienu bia ba ko nyadwuma. 1 out of every 2 youth you meet in Accra in the greater Accra region are unemployed. Because who data no Ghana Statistical Service data set mo labor market statistics. And then NDPC for the abeka total progress no more catch up and say sa krokro de John adanko dada do economy na mo ye na mo penti anim so akiri tokru da ho no asa abo akese bi eja na yesro no aye the inside peche no ne nsunsun so woni say unemployment no
kwa ne
koso na no metumi akire odi nti e basa baba we on pese sa no kra ne e beka on pese biti nti na me bisa o say NDC chairman NDC women's organizer me come what say aban no so far wajizika 650 billion cedis in 2 years so mfenye ni hia ni nyina
abana beka say facha mi o abana beka say ni bi no de ye kwan nkran ye kokuma ase em say okura benya bi wo constituency e kwan ne befa ho enya bia value chain
wako fasem foforo kraba wo de meba me say ya man 650 billion ya man 650 billion we ya wo agenda 133 no mo kan one job trade wo ba no wanya bia na wo fase no wanya bia na nti wo me de wo sekan idwana nka say ohene wo say wo say wo ye expressway expressway no
sure ye fa omo e be fa omo the value chain ya fa obi ono so contractor no be fa manfo
auditor general say or must spend this car so far on the expressway no anopay na won kratam auditor general report or buy or so must spend it mpacho check figure mama I don't want to get the figure wrong. Auditor general kan na nkofo start ka say soldier for your mu dokwan ho mo say ye ma 100 million po e kwan so amusi mu ye say ewura mu ba bi na mu clear say mu de be kwan ye hu kwan o ba bi a e ba ne say na mo spend say sika we nyina auditor general a report say sika no ye hu no kwan ne o ba bi a udum say we controller and accountant general ba be release sika say abe release statement say o say scan e wo omo ho na omo de tabo no ato so
scan e mfa mo no
sika na auditor general say ono audit ye ne sika no kɔ a soldier for no so omo nsan kan 100 million po wu krom kwan na ho mimi krom kwan na ho ye hu kwan no wo be wanom the video bi aba so o ma ye 30% of the road 40% of the road so bi hu kwan auditor general say pacho de ya check figure na mami ahi billion ene de controller and accountant general be issue statement say sika no om de tabo no ato so om bo ho ban ai om bo ho ban na yen spend this sika no someone who there e koso no se man se boy ase ha nti eno no economy a sabre yetim nti se o ka chem say yes you value chain afi no mo be ba me de bia se me the information ba ta me ka chem say me kana onyi ni a ebe ba ko pe na mebu se wo ma me ewu na wo se wada ebe bosses obia be ko no ma me ho
okodidi
bia kodidi ho na abo se wo ni fun na dadan pem e ho na se say yetim
right dia abai ya ne setambia no obe pompi sika gum na dia so sidi no aye sustainable
se ebe sustainable o sa abre bia ban no nya gold ne boefo na okoton no high na ode aba be jose market no gold no se ubisa ne se galamsey gold no to ana se gold papa no to a osi ontumi distinguish between galamsey gold and gold papa. It is say the first cost of their buying here no any wunsu a ni nyina galamsey oka say it me the 1 week figure what na so 1.5 years equal 2 years I say wunsu nyina to the extent say lake bosomotwe na obi enko ho no na say den story na buy but den story na buy
ye too good
yes kofu tu galamsey ben ho say asokwa agenda 111 no say himfa
ano kra ye galamsey na ben agenda 1 akaka kra bi na achi no
no akufo no 1.5 years into NDC government babia na ye nye galamsey po ne omo ye ho
adansi asokwa
me ne ohwe TV Joy News for ekoye documentary HDC for a omo gisika mankofo koye galamsey o mampani anka njere o be investigate ekosi say nti the first course ne se galamsey na atisi ye call Jubilee House o mampani say saban no kra benya ho mfaso se first na nkofo ne fedi nti say saban no kra benya ho mfaso enkenye bad sa so ahunipa eno the first cost. But the second cost ne say nyeso mo ton low no ma ton high rather no mo ton high no ma ton low enti e de eka ena aba Bank of Ghana. And the Bank of Ghana beka chiro so no ka obo ho kwan 9.6 billion last year. GOLDBOD so no dey why profit.
Right. And now NDC for say GOLDBOD for na ma economy na timi stable.
Governor say omo boa. And only the omo person governor ba be answer. The rating answer the buy or was say a domestic gold purchase program. Governor say omo boa. Omo tono high no ma beton low nti e ka 9.6 billion na be da Bank of Ghana. And the governor say onye bio. O mom says can bio. Nti say onim de omai. Omo yi ka na fi o de akwa akɔhye baby foforo. Yen nim baby omde kwa akɔhye. E ba be ka kyerɛ mo. Ye twɛn pa say omde ka be kwa akɔhye. De omai fit January be say time baby omde kɔhye ne nim pa na e ba be ka. E mo bi ehu say omo boa. E ho no omde sika e ka no e ho no omde ka na. And only the second cost number 3. And then because of their area Trump all year around the world nintino. Obi anko osika kese bia instead so this can no be kwa akoto dem no. Or the koto gold no dey abeto. Into demand for gold arise into ama gold prices cost. No China area Trump eja niema oyi. Na say gold is no longer a safe haven commodity. Na say gold price ni be e wona. Nti ye betumi akoso idea ye ya na. Our brank ye betumi take advantage na ya fixe the real concerning issues about your foreign exchange market. Abani say obeto say Yoruba omia the domestic gold purchase program aba. Onya forex fuel. Pompe mamenko. Eno na oye. Na Yoruba omia nyankopon be hira no. Because crisis ne buy no wante anda wo. we take advantage the dream new ideas. New ideas. And repom you go through some of the ideas are crisis moments or dream one or they solve problems radically. Only the into cover zip line by. Ne papa wu. Na ne papa hia moja. E wo Tamale Teaching Hospital. E da o kan story ni kire me na nani nyina atata nisuo. Moja ne bi ni ho. Ti o hwere ni papa. Dream say e den e betumi ya e bi nto obi. So china obi ba bi hye baabi o waka no hia moja. Na yen kase moja nti obehwere ni nkwa. Ti da okohia nkwala no wo Silicon Valley o mso mutumi ezi plan no se me hia mo Ghana mo mfa mo fidie mra. Na obi hye kura bi ase no wo ka no. Na yen see Central Medical Stores o wa na baabi a yetumi ye to drone within minutes. Ede edro akomanage no nkwa. Onim thousands of people are save them life. I can't obey propaganda say I'm the check condom near inti yen closing it down, you close it down zip line. Onim nipa ewu since then. Anke betumi adwo mo nkwa. Abusua bi nipa na nkokoba e de aduane ba ma obi nya bidi. Ya hwere no because obi the politics are cancel such an innovative policy. You're about me ya or my the limbs by now district hospital back when you transfer work another one. Ubedu now medical records wo. Inti ye kopre ne file, ye koye card, ye koye ne file near the end. Ye chip or district hospitals. I can't buy
or chip.
There be chip. They say ukwa. Hey, yes, your friend saying, ukado when you finish you go back to square one because of politics. The permanent be this
right. Meras, but answer me jam one can be say one out of question call ye. Put some more home crime in Yanwa. Major question.
I said the Bobo na to trust my buy. Me and I'm nimbo buy.
Machimibo. Right. So what next?
Well,
Jamanakasa.
Baby, say in rules ni him rules no. Me kai tell say you try first two no more block here. Tini use we are ebe man the access number. You be find it an alternate route no crane be daddy. Fantifo baby. Almost say wo de to nsuo ni na ohum so se ohum so wan hum so e be pie.
Okay.
Na suban o ete se nyinsei undumi vinci no kure no ete se nyinsei undumi
vinci. Be daddy one day.
Be daddy.
Right. Mera say honorable Kojo Oppong Nkrumah Ghana 40 NPP 40 finally.
Se nyame adom em se aba no ya to bebre abedu regional level ba ko mienu bi anko ya party atwam se omonkoto no foforo. Iwi a beba national, ya ba bi national no. Dia mesre NPP 4 ene se your party no was a ye okuden a ye ko expose niema enko yi wa ban mu ntra ban we di nyina okuden a ye ko policy committees ye chichire alternative policy propositions a ebema enyuma ene Ghana sikasem akonanim no se ya ma party no ho anya akono a ebe ye kwa pajo timi ebe ye kwa nti o se party no ho akono sem no ehia obia su ene ban a ensem fata ema party no nya akono no so wo mbia o se ujai 107.3 ora kufo ka kire se beye se obeye cleaner e wo party wa ba mu since obeye general secretary na party to opposition yeti we ya enwumre ya me be akola ba ko send me message o so what is almost send the message for recruitment near there ohia boafo am say bo baby eti
ohia no bi
baby eti o party wa ban mu ne man kiti bi wo ho a sebe wo frɛ pani bi obetumi aboa wo ho yeti fi me nya bi na maboa wo nti mu ma party no ho akɔnɔ sɛm ne nhia nyina na su ni ban a yɛda na de